What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 86 of the Double Bogey Show. Today, we dove into the trials and tribulations of buying a set of clubs off of Facebook Marketplace with a little first-hand testimony from our camera guy, Mitch. Oof, what a story that was. We also dove into our first 9-hole course tour, how that all went. And then we kind of wrapped things up talking about me finally finding my sweet spot. Enjoy the episode.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Breakfast ball. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Double Bogey Show, episode 86. We are...
Quiet on the tee, please. We are live.
We are live.
No.
We're not live from the from Tyler's hometown course, the Frazee Golf Course. A lot of drama went down on this course last year. It's one of like the infamous Scramble courses.
Yep.
Where we went 18 holes and then we had a 5 or 6 hole playoff after that to break the tie.
To take down my dad's team.
Yeah. And as you guys can tell, we're not in the studio because we're out shooting our new video series, the 9-hole course tour. We hit 2 courses yesterday, and then we hit 1 course today. And we kind of mixed up. It's a little bit of course review. It's a little bit of challenge, and that challenge kind of varies from course to course.
Yep.
Today was a fun one. We did another scramble. It was me, Tyler, and Matt versus Tyler's dad and his buddy.
Yep. So it was 3v2, but the 2 got an extra shot every time.
Yep.
So evened it up. Another electric scramble.
Another electric scramble. And as much as I want to get into it, we're not going to because we're going to wait for the video to come out.
It's showbiz, baby. You can't get mad at us. We're trying to make a living out of showbiz. So you're going to have to watch the video for us. We'll just let you know it was lots and lots of fun.
I think as a teaser, we can say Ryan and I probably hit the 2 best shots of like.
I would
life.
agree
At
with
least
that.
speaking for myself,
Yeah,
I
would
definitely
agree
hit the
with that.
best shot of my life.
And we could
during
talk
that.
about that too, Matt, because last time we played a scramble against Tyler's dad, hole 1 right behind us. This was the first hole of the playoff. And another guy on our team who, again, like I would consider you the guy.
It's his rival from league, Lane.
Yeah, he's going to contribute 1 or 2 times, and it's the clutchest moment to contribute to a scramble team. You did that today with an absolute dime on top of a postage stamp green, probably 30 feet uphill.
Yeah. It was only a 110-yard shot, but it was straight uphill. You couldn't even see the green, so you had no idea which way it was going. All you could see was the very tippy top of the pin waving in the flag waving in the wind, and Matt hit it right at it.
Well, and what makes it even more beautiful is that you and I had already hit.
And we
were
shitty.
Yeah, we flubbed 2 shots. And, we're down to you, and you stick one on the green.
I just had to contribute somehow because I missed a putt before that, and I was just like, I think my only goal for the rest of this is just to contribute.
And you did.
So I'm glad it helped.
You
Yeah,
did, because that would have put us down. That would have put us down another stroke, and that would have put us down another stroke. I'm not going to say anything on top.
I think we all played our part. It was a
I think we all did. We all made an important shot at least once. Ryan made several.
Yeah,
but we none of us were. There wasn't a single person.
Slackers.
There was no one wasted.
Yeah, correct.
Yep.
So we've hit 3 courses for the 9-hole course tour today. We're able to film the podcast now just so we can talk about it a little bit. 3 courses that I honestly didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
And we were able to go and golf those. We had a great time, and it just kind of shows you that you don't need the pristine, $100 a round 18-hole course with all the amenities to get out and have fun with your buddies. And we've been preaching that since day one.
Right.
And
now we're actually trying to live it.
Yeah, we did that in the last 3 courses. Obviously the type of golfer, like the scores you're shooting kind of matters towards like your review of, yourself on the course. But honestly, it really didn't in the last 2 days. No. So you guys are going to see some really good golf, and for our standards, you're also
see some really bad golf.
Some really bad golf, and I think a lot of people out there can attest to like, hey, it doesn't matter what the day is. It could be a Monday, it could be a Saturday. One day you're just going to show up and you're going to shoot a phenomenal round, and that's what keeps bringing you back week after week.
Also, to that point, I would like to, first of all, Matt, great job on that shot, but great job all around. You have improved immensely.
And
from night 1 of league, you are a completely different human being.
You're hitting balls pure, which you never used to hit a ball pure.
Your old misses were 30-yard dribblers on the ground, and now your misses are
Up in the air.
in the air, just left to right, which is that's the stuff you can fix.
That has been my goal lately, is just to get rid of those random shanks.
Yeah.
Because those cost you just so much more than like a bad shot in the air or anything
Thank
like
you.
that.
Now you understand the pain I went through.
Yeah.
When it was 85% of shots were literally going at a 45-degree angle to my right, 40 to 50 yards off.
That's
the
when it's
tee
just
box.
so disheartening.
Oh my God. But yeah,
When your cart has to leave a different path and everyone else's is heading one way, when you like separate like the separate wolf in the pack.
100%.
You know it's a bad shot when you pull up to another fairway and you have to stop and look both ways
Yep.
before crossing the fairway to get to your ball.
Well, what's even worse is when someone is teeing off on that
Yep.
hole, and then you have to wait probably another 3 to 4 minutes for them to get up to their ball, so you can finally clear the way just to hit
And then
a punch shot back in the fairway.
Right, and then if they see you, they're like, "Oh shit, somebody's in front of us. I better wait." So then it's just a stalling game with these people on the tee.
There needs to be some sort of like walkie-talkie or a telephone at like the halfway point where you can call back to the tee box like, all right, I'm going to hit real quick. Because yeah, I get caught in that standoff all the time.
CB radio. We
Something
got to
like
get
that.
CB radios in our carts.
Do you know what an electric...
This is 14 to the 8th green. 14 to 8th green. I'm going to be hitting over your heads. Be on a swivel here.
We just shanked one right in your fairway. If you guys got an eye on that, please let us know. Also, what are you hauling today? What are you playing? What are you drinking? Over and out.
Hey, do you know what would be an electric addition to a golf course out there that has a lot of money?
Go on.
Literally just put nets up in between holes. So then it's essentially like playing, it's essentially like bowling with bumpers on.
That would be so ugly, though.
Yeah.
It would be ugly, but in terms of user experience, like you can hit a bad shot and keep it in, like you can still kind of keep it in play or just be hitting off the rough.
Didn't we
And,
talk about this, but like cement walls one time? So it's like ping ponging around.
that might have been part of the Prison Par 3.
Oh yeah.
I think electric force fields, if we could really get into the money, that would be better than nets. I think
That-
nets
I
would be
mean-
very unsightly.
Yeah, that would be ideal.
It'd
But
be
I'm-
like sweet shots, except 18 times.
Correct. So again, that's why I preface it with a golf course with a lot of money, or I don't know, tack on $1 to a sleeve of balls or some merchandise. Just tack on $1 to everything, and that additional money just goes right into the net pot.
I don't hate that. I think that could be
Bowling with
interesting.
bumpers, just golfing with nets.
It is fun. Or
I'm
like,
gonna be honest with you, Ryan. I don't like bowling with bumpers. Takes out
It
half
depends
the
on where
fun.
you're at, because there's a new place in Fargo called Kingpins, and they have like specific games where you bowl with the bumpers, and you like have to hit a specific spot on the bumpers, and then whatever you get for pins down, it like contributes to your score even more.
Okay.
So it is kind of fun.
That's interesting. Well, if they can add that part of the game into the golf, then I'd be more for the nets than just to have bumpers up.
And let's just say the nets only need to be like 150, 200 yards long. They don't need to cover the entire hole. They
Okay.
just need to cover the size of the fairways. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I think we just need purely like beginners courses where like all that stuff is set up and everything is just a lot easier.
Yeah.
But
I'll
then
tell you
again,
what.
we're not beginners and we're still hitting into the other fairway sometimes. So.
There's nothing better than walking up to a tee and seeing that you can miss left or miss right and still be able to find your ball.
when it's that forgiving.
Correct.
It's the best feeling in the world.
Yes, it just like the confidence just goes through the roof at that point.
Yeah, exactly. I think when there's like no water, because I think the human brain is so weird. When you see water, you're just attracted to hit
Yeah.
it into the water.
Yeah,
No,
you see the
it's
litter
very
box,
easy.
you're like, oh, I'll take a shit in the litter box today and hit one right in the sand.
Right. You look at the sand, you look at the water, and you're like, at least for me, I'm like, I'm going to club up extra to make sure I get over this. Or I am going to club down because if I go deep, I am in trouble. But 9 times out of 10, it is just a magnet right into that hazard.
100%.
Even
Ooh,
though
we got a
I have
little coffee
2
drop
extra
off.
club lengths for it. Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
bring it on in.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
I was gonna add. Okay, here we go. One thing that I've learned in these last 3 rounds of the new 9-hole course tour is I can count a handful of times when I wish I had a ball grabber.
Yeah, me too. And I have one, and I just forgot it because I didn't want to fly with it. My bag was too heavy, and I forgot to put it back in the bag because I am a coward and an idiot.
Well, and I feel like I don't know. You roll up to a tee box with a ball grabber, and someone sees you. They're like, "Oh, look at this guy! He's gonna be looking for balls the whole day." Well, that's half the fun of it.
Yeah, like eat shit. That's what I want to do. That's what I came here for.
Yeah, and especially if you get up to a pond that's like nice and clear, and you can see balls that are like 6 feet off the shore. oddly enough, those balls are usually the nicest ones.
Right.
The shittier ones are the ones that are in the woods or under trees.
in the middle
or,
of the lake where you'll never see it.
Exactly.
They're the true misses.
And these really nice, like today I found a tailor-made purple ball with somebody's name on it.
Yeah, I tried to get it from him and he wouldn't give it to me.
I found a red Callaway Super Soft.
I asked for that one too.
Yeah, both of them are going into my bag. So.
I just love colored balls so much. I just bought 3 red Bridgestones.
well,
Color balls are so much cooler. Than
I don't
white
know why.
balls.
I think it's like I'm like a bug with a bug zapper.
Well,
See a
it's also-
colored ball and I'll go to it.
I also like a good deal every once in a while.
Yep.
If I can get the 2-for-1 deal where I put one in
Yes.
the water and come out with 2, it just makes things way better in my world.
I mean, we're all just balling on a budget here a little bit. Let's just say
A little
it as
bit.
it is. So
A little bit.
Any free thing we can find is a win. Sometimes you find a random club even. If you put enough good karma into the world of
Yep.
balls into the water, balls into the woods, you can find a club sometime.
I would like to
100%.
talk about the club thing because we did catch some shit for taking that club from Arizona.
Okay.
And that scene was set where
Yes.
can I set it one more time real quick?
Yep, go ahead.
So we were probably 200 yards out from the green, and this was 50 yards into the gravel and cacti and rattlesnake area of the course. And it was a 56 degree. No one's hitting a 56 degree from 200 yards, and they sure as hell shouldn't be hitting they're not going to be hitting that far into the gravel.
That club was 100% thrown into that part of the woods.
Correct.
Somebody hit a shitty shot and chucked it.
And it was dinged up too.
Yep.
It was dinged up on the back. It was it was mill grind or
Yep.
whatever, 56. So it's kind of like the 360 degree rule. I'm not just going out and taking people's balls. It's kind of same with clubs. I'm not just going out and taking people's clubs. Like if I see one off of a green, I'm going to put it in my bag and A, wait for somebody to come grab it from me, or B, drop it in the clubhouse when I'm done.
Yeah, so I would like to make an official breakfast ball rule.
Okay.
If you find a club more than 150 yards into a hazard, OB, in the water, and you find it buried somewhere that somebody didn't leave it, that is now your club.
I'd say how about 150 feet? 150 yards is that's
Yeah, if you're
really
going
long
Yeah,
that
ways.
deep.
okay, fair. 150 feet into the shit, that club was thrown and discarded on purpose.
I would also argue if there's any sort of foliage on top of it.
Yeah, it's been there forever.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
but
but
if
it's
you
like-
find a club next to the green, that is not your club. You return that to the clubhouse.
That's probably your buddies you're golfing with. You probably just put it there.
Correct. I mean, it's the same thing with like if I find a nice Bushnell speaker, Bushnell wingman speaker on a cart in Arizona at Verado Golf Course at like 2 p.m. on February 8th, I believe it was. I'm probably gonna return
I think
that.
that's actually 100% correct.
I'm gonna return that thing, and hopefully the guy who lost it, that guy being me, is able to come back and get it from the clubhouse.
I mean, shit, he'd appreciate that.
That man would
He being
appreciate
you.
that so much.
Pretty sure I left my speaker at one of the courses we went to yesterday.
No, Mitch.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been in the gravel pit because I told you.
Yeah, I know.
You said, "Hey, should I bring a speaker?" I said, "Yeah, just bring it along just in case."
That's all right. We would like to formally apologize to the gravel pit because we forgot to pay for pizza. Please accept Mitch's speaker as payment for said pizza.
Yeah,
It's not even that nice of a speaker.
we're gonna
It
pay for
could-
the pizza too.
Yeah, I know we are. We're going to send him some money or let him know. But
The speaker's collateral.
hold the speaker for collateral. That thing's worth at least $12. Those
1,000%.
pizzas, they were Jacks. They were pizzas made in a pizza oven that were frozen. So I think it's pretty fair trade.
Yeah. I just would like the speaker back though.
I think we go back
I
to.
think you're not going to get that back, Mitch.
You're not gonna get it back, Mitch.
You might have
it's
to,
okay.
you might have to take a weekend road trip.
We'll go
by
out.
yourself.
We'll go out speaker shopping together.
Heck yeah.
Rummage sailing.
So I also want to add too, Matt. You talked about balling on a budget here. Kind of like what we're doing at these small town courses. And it's kind of the picture that we're trying to paint here is like,
Holy creamer. That was so much.
I mean, it's powdered creamer and it's just original. So remember, we
also
talked
been a
about
long-
this.
I know.
It's been a long
I'm
morning.
with you with the creamer
We're
thing, but
burning
that was a
calories.
lot.
It wasn't that much.
You just put an inch of powdered creamer into your cup.
No, 100% I didn't.
Let me look.
Literally half an inch. Now level that shit out. It's not that much.
You can't see it with the camera, but that's a lot of creamer.
Can I get that back so I can?
Here you go.
So you can hide the evidence.
You want some coffee with that creamer?
But no, I think the beautiful part about these courses that we are touring around at, and mind you, we're in Minnesota right now, so we're gonna try and get to just about every state in the Midwest to do the 9-hole course tour.
Yes. So we appreciate all the submissions, but we'll announce next time what state we're going to. so that you guys know. But yeah, so when we go to Michigan, when we go to Wisconsin, submit again. But we're going to do it state by state from here on out.
And we are we're literally balling on a budget on this trip because we're eating frozen pizzas. We're staying at your dad's place.
What are the meals we've had?
Okay, let's break that down. Okay, so we leave to the first course.
No one ate breakfast.
No breakfast.
No breakfast.
Yep.
Okay. And then we get to a gas station. I get a mushroom and Swiss burger with no ketchup or mustard.
Yeah, we all just get gas station burgers.
Burgers. And
It wasn't
a slice
too
of
bad,
pizza.
though.
Yeah.
I had
It
the
wasn't too bad, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it's a gas station
Yeah.
burger. And then that evening, we had 3 pizzas, a pepperoni, and a supreme. Okay, and then we got to Tyler's dad's place, and we had
Boiled
I think
brats.
each one of us had 5 brats.
Yeah, we had boiled brats and boiled hot dogs, all venison.
And
brats
protein
on.
bars.
And no, just you had protein bars, Matt. Matt was
Yes.
I was loading up.
Matt got the drunk munchies, and he was just like, "Do you think your dad would be mad if I ate his granola bars?"
They were beyond good. I got it.
That was at like
Find that
9:30.
brand.
And my dad was in bed. I was like, "No, you got to go wake him up and ask Matt."
I really should have.
And then we woke up this morning and we had a phenomenal breakfast. We had some
Flapjacks.
thick
Yeah,
bacon,
that was the best meal we've eaten on the entire
Blueberry
trip.
Yeah.
pancakes.
some flapjacks.
Yeah,
I had 5-hour energy for me to wash it all down.
yeah, I did too.
And then
As did I.
yeah, and then we got done with the first course today, and we had another 3 pizzas with a couple bush lattes.
Yep.
So, I mean,
Great diet.
you talk about being in peak shape going into the summer golf season. We are well on our way.
We are trying to be John Daly so bad.
100%. I mean, I'm not trying to be John Day. I'm more so trying to be JD2, and you're trying to be JD1.
Yeah, well, I got the belly. I'm getting close, guys.
Well, I mean, we got to find a Hooters
And then-
wherever we're at.
So I can be your dad. I'm JD1. You're JD2, and our friend Ian Poulter Jr. is
Yeah.
over there.
Just has a bad diet as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who does Mitch look like?
Mitch kind of looks like God. What's his name? He's in the right.
Tyrell Hatton.
Yep.
Yep.
Or Shane Lowry.
Yeah.
Yep. Or
More
Shane Lowry.
I'll take it.
We'll
You
chalk
don't know
that
who
up as a
either of
good
those
one.
guys are,
No.
do you?
I'm learning. Okay.
Okay.
So I just want to ask you guys, like, what's through the 3 courses we've done so far? What's been your favorite part about these smaller 9-hole courses?
This is easy for me. You know how much of a sucker I am for the news. Former news guy, I've gotten to do the interviews with all the course pros or the owners or whoever decides to do the interview. That's easily been my favorite part. I love history and I love golf, and I just ask these people history questions about their golf course, and I love that shit.
You've also got to be the weather guy because you've had your eye on the Doppler the entire time.
Yep.
So 2 news itches have been scratched.
They have, yes.
I also think that's part of the getting the addiction of like wanting to golf at all times of the week is, you know, the 7-day forecast, you know, the 15-day. You got a golf trip coming up in a month. You're going to look as far out as possible so you can get that radar, see what's going on in the sky.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. You got to prepare for your round because there's nothing worse than showing up for your 10:30 tee time and rain smacks you at 10:45 on hole 2, which happened to us.
Well, yeah, go ahead, Matt.
In terms of my favorite part, or in terms of the rain.
Favorite part.
My favorite part was I liked that course last night. I thought it was really creative and it was deceptively hard.
Well, it was the gravel pit course. We can
Yes.
tell them that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was a gravel pit golf course in Brainerd, Minnesota. And what they had said was there was not a single blade of grass when they started building that thing.
June 1st a year ago.
And it is pristine. I mean, they just opened like, what, a month ago? And they played a couple rounds at the end of last year. So, I mean, at most, they probably have only had 50 to 100 groups come through that course already. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a super cool course. You'll have to, again, show business, watch the video, get the full picture of the thing. But it was one of the most unique courses I've ever played,
100%.
for sure.
Little slice of paradise action.
Yeah, who'd have thought that you could find paradise in a gravel pit?
No, 100%.
I know, just the vision it takes to put that all together. Because I talked to the designer when you guys were out putting,
Okay.
and he was like just very passionate. You could tell about that, and I
See,
thought that was really
that's
cool.
the shit I love.
Yeah.
Talking to these people, and you can tell how much they love their golf course.
Yeah.
And that's the best part.
I think that shit's
love
infectious.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I want to add on to that too. It's like, if you have a chance, you know, this isn't just us like, oh, and round of 18's over, we're going to hit the clubhouse and get shit-faced. No, I think actually making it to the clubhouse after a round of golf, you can run into people like that who you might not think they want to be talked to, but they genuinely do. They want to tell you, they want to tell you how they designed the course or how things are going or what things are going to be implemented. There's like it's a brand new course at the gravel pit, and they have shit like they didn't have ranch for the pizza. That's just part of starting a new business.
Well, yeah, and they were talking about it's like, yeah, we didn't realize the stuff that we were forgetting. We didn't have tequila, we didn't have brandy, we didn't have ranch. The 3 things you need around here.
Yeah.
And
So what they need is people to come out and make those suggestions so that they can be top notch as soon as possible.
If I can give you a compliment, you're really good at that shooting the shit with like random clubhouse people and stuff like that.
I love
You're
that shit.
really good at that.
Because a lot of them want to talk high level golf, and if you're not going to talk golf, you're going to talk something completely different.
Yep.
And if you're at a golf course, let's talk some high level golf. So I really enjoy. I don't play high level golf, but I like talking about it.
Yeah.
So
Something you can respect and
You
appreciate.
should just start a golf podcast.
that would be fun.
Yeah, I think that would be a blast.
I don't know what I'd talk about from week to week though.
Yeah, me either.
That would be tough, especially,
Run out of
especially in the
ideas.
winter.
Yeah. The other part too, I want to say is like, you get these small courses. They're almost like a mom and pop shop in the downtown of a small town. And as you know, being from the Midwest, we're big small town people.
Yep.
Okay, you can say we live in a city of 150,000 people.
That's
in
not
Fargo,
where we're from.
but we're from small towns. We moved to the city for work and that higher energy and all that kind of stuff. I'm assuming me, Tyler, I know especially coming from small towns, we want to move back to a small town one day,
Right.
and get into more of the mom and pop shop at the the grocery store and the coffee shop, and then the golf course now, as we're figuring out really heavily in the last couple of days.
Well, we're literally in my backyard right now. My dad lives 2 miles down the road.
We are a stone's throw away. Tyler gave us the tour of like his family yard and all that yesterday. It was very cute.
That was really cool.
Did some sunset fishing.
Yep. Mitch caught his first crappie. Congratulations, Mitch. Everybody clap
Congrats,
for Mitch.
Mitch.
It was a beauty.
It was a good fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest fish I caught in a while.
Hell
That's
yeah.
great, man. Yeah, you were crushing it.
And he didn't want the pole. He's like, I'm not much of an angler. I was like, take the pole, Mitch.
Well, there's two types. I feel like there's 2 types of fishermen here. There's Mitch, who is like, he wants to take the pole. He wants to make some casts. He wants to like get better at throwing it out there, whatever, catching fish.
Yeah.
And then there's Matt, who makes one cast, gets snagged, breaks the line, and then we're like, all right,
He's
well,
like,
we're done.
I'm done.
We're not at 2 pools now. So
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I want you to know,
move on to the next
you
thing.
owe my dad a lure.
Yeah, I'll figure that out with him. We'll square it up.
Yeah, and 17 protein bars.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you.
could do that.
thank you.
I like how this number is increasing.
Well, he had, at least 25?
It was 4 max.
42 for
Okay.
sure.
Okay, yeah.
He
It was-
he had a full basket of them and they're gone.
I mean,
That's
imagine
not true.
imagine how plugged up you'd be after eating 40-some granola bars.
I mean, I don't feel great if I'm being vulnerable.
Well, that's also we
That could have been the.
we just listed out the meal plan for the last 2
Yeah, exactly. I think it's
days.
everyone.
The meal plan is on another level right now.
It's good to know for the itinerary next time, so that way I can plan maybe. Some
Well,
more health.
Hey, maybe
No,
we
he-
get you on picnic duty. You pack a cooler.
Yes,
we,
okay.
we could do ham sandwiches on the road.
Here's what we need to do.
Hey, ham sandwiches on the road are underrated.
They
I'm
are
much of a
good.
ham guy.
They are very good, especially on a
Okay,
bun
Matt.
and not bread.
Oh, yeah.
Here's what we need to do though. We need to get someone packing like little veggie bags and some fruit. And
Yeah, I'm out on that.
Fresh fruit.
No shit.
I don't want anything healthy when I'm on these trips.
But
But you're
Tyler,
on these trips all
you're
the
on these-
time.
You've been on
now.
these trips for the
I
last
know.
3
I told you
weeks.
I'm getting the belly.
We're trying to help you.
All right.
I don't want help.
Well, we're gonna have to walk this next round. We
I think
can't
so.
get carts this next
Well,
round.
that's what I do. Golf is my exercise.
Not when we ride carts though, Tyler. We're
Yeah, but I walk when
paid-
I'm not with you guys.
Okay.
I
You
will
know
say-
that.
Yes,
you
I
know
I
know
will
that.
say, after every round, I think my blood sugar has gone low.
Well, yeah.
That's because you're diabetic.
and you're getting
If
stressed
anyone
out.
needed my dad's granola bars, it was you.
Yeah, it was, honestly.
Do you need one for this round we're about to play?
Maybe afterwards.
Okay.
I'll slam some Twisted Teas.
Okay, well,
Mitch.
please don't do that. I mean, that's a good angle for you though, Mitch, because I'm sure there's other diabetics out there that are on the golf course and like trying to figure it out, whatnot. You should come up with a good routine for diabetic golfers to have with them in their
Actually,
golf
like,
bag.
They should have like a stash of something that 1, doesn't go bad, 2, won't melt in your bag if it's super hot, 3, has a wrapper on it so if your bag gets wet, it doesn't get all soggy.
You guys, I told you what snack is the go-to for that. We had them in Arizona.
What is it?
It's Oreos.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's why.
In the Ziploc bag, you did bring them with.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
guys went shopping, I was like, please grab Oreos.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because when we were out there, I mean, that's hotter out there.
Yeah.
Sweating 10 times as hard.
Yeah.
It's a dry heat though.
Yeah.
And if the Bev cart's not running too, you can't get like a Mountain Dew or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oreos are quick, pop 3 in, you're good to go.
Sure. Okay.
I like this. You should start like a support group or like an
I
overall,
think it's actually
or
like-
even like a podcast.
It's actually good. I mean, it's actually it's a
Diabetic
double-
Golf Podcast.
the double blood sugar show.
Jesus Christ.
So, YBR, our other podcast, You Betcha Radio, Ben has a running list of quotes that Jared has said that nobody pays attention to. And one of those quotes is, do you guys ever get nervous bringing Mitch to Sweet Shots because he's diabetic? And I don't know if Jared was being serious or if he was making a pun on the name being Sweet Shots or what. But that shit came out of his mouth, and then I read that quote and I about pissed myself laughing.
that was funny.
The answer is no. I don't get nervous bringing you there because you're diabetic. I get nervous bringing you there
Yeah.
because you're you.
Yeah, well, understandable.
Yes.
Yeah, Mitch, because Mitch is golfing with us after this, so we're just gonna play a casual round of golf after this.
Yep.
We're gonna scramble his
I'm
dad's
so pumped.
dad teams again. Well,
Speaking of the devil, they're playing 9 right now.
you go hard in the paint when it comes to like boozing, like
I'm
having a
gonna
good time,
chirp them.
having a good time with the boys out golfing. Like you will go hard quick.
Oh, yeah.
What's the thought process behind that?
Hey, come on, Noonan!
I like having a good time. And
So you like
it's
Shank City.
blowing your load
Shank
early.
City.
okay, Ryan.
Well, because you can have a good time with the build up, but you just like, I'm genuinely curious because I will not get into it as quick as you do.
I don't know. Golf's a good way to relax, and I relax by shotgunning 2 or 3 off the first tee and fucking going.
Wait. Do you mean shotgunning beers or do you mean shotgunning your drive?
Both.
Do you mean a shotgun start?
No, shotgunning beers.
Hey, a shotgun start should be you have to shotgun a beer before you start your
Yeah, we
round.
should rebrand the shotgun start. Do you know what a shotgun start actually is?
Well, you start at a different hole, and you all
Correct.
start at the same time.
Yep.
I'm not completely golf illiterate.
We know that.
was
I
just
mean, you've been
asking.
listening to us for 86 episodes now.
Well,
He probably
46.
wasn't listening. All
Oh,
the
true.
time.
Yeah, true.
I did listen to the first one long time ago.
That was how bad was that?
We've come a long
Pretty
way.
tough.
You guys have improved immensely.
I thought you guys were actually pretty good on the first one. I had to listen for some reason too.
Really?
Yeah, better than I was on my first one because you also
We
had
also had
YBR,
YBR.
experience
Yeah.
before that.
But like we always had, we were just commenting on what Miles said.
Yeah,
So like Ryan and I were like, "Welcome back to the Double Bogey Show, episode 2. Who should our favorite golfer be?"
Now it's like, what the fuck is up, guys? And welcome back to episode 86 of the fucking subscribe button. My favorite golfer is John Daly and John Daly II because they're Hooters ambassadors.
that was 3 episodes ago.
2 floating greens.
Mitch missed the 2 floating greens joke when he was editing that reel.
Yeah.
He thought there's just like, all right, I guess they want 2 greens, and he stacked them on top of each other instead of side by
Really?
side.
No, they were side by side.
I know, Adam, fix it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
did?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I missed that joke. Went way over my head.
Yep, that happens.
Not JD2s though. He got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll
you
let
did. You got a kick out of it. Real quick, Tyler, before we segue into something else, I want to ask you about the first course we played, which was Lighted Greens in Pelican Rapids,
Yes.
Minnesota. So give me the quick history of that. Not about the greens because that'll be in the video, but it is about the greens.
Yeah.
Give me that history real
Yes. So one of the coolest things about the Lighted Greens golf course is their greens that they have there at the course were bought from a different course.
quick. Of course, we just drove by 5
Yes.
minutes ago.
Yep. It's since closed. Obviously, they don't have greens. But an old course shut down in Detroit Lakes, and the Lighted Greens people are like, we want to put in a bunch of holes, right? So they pick the greens up. They get a sod cutter. They cut them up in stripes, and they get a bunch of buddies to come over there, and they put the sod from these greens in the back of all their buddies' pickups and drive it to Pelican Rapids and slap the greens down. And the part that goes full circle for this is the first time I ever played golf was at the original golf course. So I've played those greens before when they were on that old course. It was called Iron Man. So that was where I went there when I was like 5 years old. And it was a par 3 course, just putted my whole way down the fairway and then played those greens. And now I just played them again as a fully grown man with children.
Were they familiar?
Yeah, that's why I was putting so well.
Well, I was
that
going to
day.
say it makes sense because we were off to hole number 1 and I got like a 15-foot putt and Tyler was like, you're going to want to aim like 3 cups to the left. It's going to drop left to right. Pacing is huge here. Make sure you don't blast it over either because it's going to roll off the front of the green, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Excuse me. Can you just let me hit a fucking putt
Honestly,
here?
I don't even remember. I just blacked out. I got on there. I was so familiar with it. I just started rattling off information.
You time traveled.
Yeah.
Back to when you were 5 years old.
Yeah, I almost shit my pants.
Here's the thing: did you shoot a better score when you were 5 or when you were now?
Definitely now. All I had was a putter.
Wow, Mitch. Really, bud?
I would put 5-year-old me up against you, though.
We'll see about that later today.
Okay.
Oh, I want to get into something real quick. So Mitch just got a new set of clubs for him.
Yes, he did.
Facebook Marketplace.
Great deal.
But Mitch, tell us about the first set of clubs that you were going to buy.
Oh yeah. So
Dude, have you heard this story? Okay, tell us.
Found a set of clubs on Facebook Marketplace. It was a pretty good deal.
And where were they?
Sioux Falls.
So we're talking 4 hours from Fargo.
Yep.
You have.
I've got family around there. I had him pick it up. I've Venmo'd my brother for it, and I just had him go pick it up.
Okay, go on.
So I messaged the guy. He was good with the price.
Did you start with the click the Facebook? Is this still available?
No, I was like delete. 'Cause
Okay.
no one's gonna respond to that. I know if I ever post stuff on Facebook Marketplace, I'm not gonna respond. But so message guy, get a price down. We're good. Has a time set for my brother to come pick it up on a Friday afternoon. I tell my brother, I'm like, don't be late. Don't miss
Please
it.
don't be late.
I call him at like 2:00 and I'm like, hey, do you remember to like go get the clubs later today, right? He's like, yeah. So I think I woke him up from a nap. He had just laid down for a nap. And,
He laid down.
How old is your brother?
he's 19.
He's
Jesus.
Bro was full on slumbering.
that guy does not need to be laying down.
Doesn't he have
for
a
naps
job?
at 19 years old?
At 2 p.m. on a Friday.
He's got golf clubs to pick up on Facebook Marketplace.
I
For his
know.
big brother.
Right, exactly.
Okay, keep going.
He oversleeps, even though I called him and told him
Classic.
not to.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Runs in the family.
I'm usually not late.
You're right. Keep going.
Goes and picks up the clubs. He sees this group of guys walking from the address that he was supposed to pick up the clubs from. And he walks up to the guy and he's like,
Kegger, maybe.
What?
Maybe having a kegger or something.
Maybe.
Casual kickback.
Hopefully.
Sorry, keep going.
Hopefully. The guy is like, are you Mitch? And he's like, well, I'm his brother. And he's like, oh no. The guy sold the clubs that I was going to buy to the dudes that were walking away. The dude got mixed up and sold the set of clubs I was going to buy.
So wait. So there was 2 sets of clubs being sold, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay. And your set was sold to a different group. So
Yes.
you
Even though we had agreed on everything and I was like, good to
Okay.
get them. Sold them to the wrong people.
So the odds that other guy's name was Mitch.
Oh, the guy lied through his teeth. The dude probably asked, hey, are you Mitch? And the guy was like, yeah.
Or even like these other guys are like, hey, can I buy these clubs? I'll be over in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, that's a for sure
This is your
sale.
brother's fault for sleeping in.
Yeah.
He was like 5 minutes.
Next time you see him, you gotta give him a fucking noogie or something.
Put
Yeah.
a swirly.
Little
Well-
brother action.
It actually turned out better because I got a better set for the same price. Like the guy felt so
Oh.
bad. He sold me a better set with the driver I showed you. And
So you need to thank your brother for sleeping in.
yes.
So everything happens for a reason.
So you
Because
got better
I can't-
clubs for cheaper.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
It was probably like a $200 set I got for, I think it was like $140 I agreed on. So.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
great.
Yeah.
So Mitch he's stacked now. He's stacked
So
with the new bag.
so when we split up for this scramble, we'll go best and worst. Mitch is the number 1 pick, so you get to go with the worst golfer.
Well, I don't
then,
have my
'cause you
set of
knew-
clubs.
That's true. So
I
then
asked
now
if I
you're
should-
back at the bottom now.
Yep. I went from number 1 overall to number 32.
Whoopsies.
Yep.
That's all right.
Next time. Our opponents just walked through the door.
Yeah, I think
mean mugging us.
they're
over
Look at them
there.
shaking in their boots over there.
they're getting cold right now. The muscles are tensing up a little bit.
Chilling.
I watched you guys play 9. Didn't look good. 2 bars. Yeah, that's what we couldn't see the green. We saw the first 6 shots though.
I didn't know you were playing for pars. Yeah, I can't say anything.
No one in the podcast can hear what they said.
I know that's the best part.
Okay, should we wrap this segment up and get out and hit the course?
Yep.
Start playing
Yes.
again.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, we're gonna end this segment here. We're gonna head out and play a casual round of golf. It's gonna feel really good. Get the swing dialed again.
Yep.
So we'll be back in a moment. Back in the studio for the next segment.
Thanks to the Frazee Golf Course for letting us use your screen porch for our podcast.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys. This is my backyard, so I can't lose here, guys. Whoever's against me, you're in trouble.
Let's go. It's early right now. We're heading out for another 9-hole course tour, but we need to wrap the podcast up. And what we were just talking about, Tyler, is you're a big hunter, right?
Yes.
And I feel like with hunters, and I am as well, as am I.
As am I.
I feel like with hunters, people are always like, oh, make sure, when you have your first kid, make sure you don't have them during hunt season. You're never going to get out hunting this year. Don't be doing that now.
That's not how we talk.
No, I know, but that's how people who
I
like.
think that was more of a Larry the Cable Guy type situation.
You're done.
Yeah. So,
Are you speaking of Toe Mater from Cars?
but we're now we're kind of running into a debacle here where it's like, well, I'm a golfer and July is the heart of golf season. And that's when I'm having my child. There's a lot of stuff going on in July.
That's the problem. Is golf season's long.
It is long.
So you could have had the kid in May and be like, damn it, I'm missing the beginning of golf season. Or had the kid in October, like, oh, I'm going to miss the end of golf season.
Yeah, that is
So no
true.
matter what,
I have to miss some point.
you got to either have the kid when the snow's on the ground
Yeah.
or you're going to miss some of golf.
I will
Yeah.
say you nailed it with the second kid in terms of timing. It was like March, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
nothing's going on
Exactly.
then.
Yeah,
His
you nailed
birthday
it.
will be during March Madness, so in college he's probably going to black out.
Absolutely
during-
get shit faced.
Yeah.
And then he'll be watching Masters like a month later, right?
Yep.
So that's sick.
I'm a hunter, right? But my dad is a much bigger hunter than I. My birthday is smack dab in the middle of rifle season.
How do you
He
think
didn't
likes
care, though.
that?
He didn't care though.
Well, then he did. Doesn't
Oh, really?
anymore. Yeah.
I was gonna say like, yes. Well, he cared that he's having a child,
Yeah.
but he's also like, I gotta fucking get the bow stand.
Yeah. But back then he was even when I was younger, it ended up being kind of a cool thing. So like, let's say your kid likes golf. It's going to end up being a cool thing. You can golf together on their birthday. We would get to go to the cabin during my birthday and I get to hang out with all of my favorite like hunting relatives.
Yeah.
So it ended up being kind of sweet.
Sure.
And then we would just do my birthday party the weekend after.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually not a bad model.
So it's like, it's going to be bad for this year and this year only because it's the unknown, right? You're waiting for that baby to show up. You have no idea if I'm out on the course, is Meg going to go into labor now? Am I going to have to sprint to the hospital?
Yep.
This will be the only year it sucks. Next year, you'll be able to celebrate outside and enjoy it. And then in 5 years from now, you can go golfing with the kid and it's going to be...
What?
It'll be a good thing right once things in a few years from now.
Once the baby gets here,
Yes.
actually.
Well, and I feel like it might be hitting me a little bit harder this year because like now we're getting this page to a point where we're getting some opportunities here.
Mhm.
We're getting some cool things happening.
Yep.
Because you guys are listening to the podcast, you're watching the videos, you're doing all that, and so I'm like I'm jacked up. And then when you're like, hey man, we got this golf tournament in July that we can go and do this on, I'm like.
4th of July.
Like, leave me alone, man. We don't have a golf tournament. You do, and I don't.
What if I just go by myself and get a tripod and set
You
my
could.
phone up?
Yeah, I mean, if you were in my situation, I would probably do that.
I wouldn't
I'd probably
go
like
alone.
say, hey, Matt, like we're gonna do this thing, and Tyler can't go, but we're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, I would bring Matt. I wouldn't go alone. If like no one else could go, I wouldn't just be like, hey guys, yeah, I'm Tyler from Breakfast. So I'm shooting alone today.
That would be it. That actually would be
I
really
just
funny.
Set my energy drink down on the tee box, lean my phone up against it, and go hit my shot.
That would be hilarious.
That would be really interesting. I would love to see you like actually try and do like a solo video out there.
You don't think I can do it?
I think I could do it. I think both of us could do it.
You know I'm an Emmy award-winning MMJ, multimedia journalist.
I did not know you won an Emmy. No.
I did.
And I was on Shark Tank, so
That was a Midwest Emmy. That one was not a full Emmy, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
And
But
it's Midwest
Emmy,
Shark Tank.
not Midwest Shark Tank, Matt. This is worldwide.
You didn't
Shark
have a
Tank.
speaking role though.
This is Kevin O'Leary type shit.
I know, but you didn't have a speaking role.
But you need role guys.
it's harder to act with your
You-
body than with your mouth, man.
That is true.
And you also need role guys.
Okay, yeah.
Ryan's role is background forklift operator.
Number
Hey,
3.
imagine if there was no role guys on Shark Tank. They would have been just like Tyler and I filming a solo golf video.
And that's just sad.
And that's just sad.
I could probably get an Emmy out of it.
We could try.
Yeah.
We could definitely
Could.
try. Okay, this last segment of this podcast, I want to bring something up before we forget. And it's something that we haven't talked about for a while now. Recap last week's golfing. I went out on Sunday, golfed 18,
Mm-hmm.
and it was very interesting, Tyler. I had a blast. I told you who I golfed with. I golfed with one guy that I know that we golfed at Pine to Palm last year.
Yes.
And then-
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And then 3 other guys, I had no clue who they were.
Did you intentionally go golf with Pine to Palm guy on purpose? Like, I'm going to go with him, and you got paired with randoms, or how did?
No, those were his buddies.
Okay.
Because he was basically just looking to fill a foursome.
Yeah.
So he asked me to come out, and I said I had nothing going on. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll meet you there. So I met him there. It's
Good guy, by the way.
Yeah, good guy, Jace.
Not the guy that-
he'll listen to this.
Not the guy that
Was slamming 20-year-old slamming beers without even buying us any at Pine to Palm.
I was saying Tom.
Oh yeah, that's a different. We don't.
Yeah, different
that's-
guy.
Two different
That day was
rivals.
just-
Yeah.
Anyway, so I get, I'm golfing with guys I don't really know,
Mhm.
and best round I've ever golfed.
Do you think? Yeah, you tell him your score. By the way, brag. Get it out. Go.
And
go.
my brag for this, I shot a solid 83.
Mhm.
And the reason I say it's the best round I've ever shot, score wise, it is. But overall, I was 6 over through 9.
Mhm.
I was 5 over on 10 and 11 combined.
Oof.
So I was 11 over going into 12, and I parred out the rest of the holes. It was an unbelievable finish.
That is a great finish.
But here's why. I wasn't thinking about my score towards the end. And do you know why I wasn't thinking about my score?
because you weren't with us and we
No.
weren't chirping you.
No, because I was in the sweet spot. 3 beers on the front and 3 beers on the back.
Okay, so you found it.
I found
What time did you golf?
and I was thinking about this on the ride home. I'm like, why was I so like? Typically, I'd be looking at my score and like, Jesus, Ryan, you've had 5 pars in a row. That's unlike you. And I'm looking at him like, and it didn't even bother me because number one, we were having a good time, but number 2, I was in the sweet spot.
So we got to dial in your sweet spot here. What time of day was it? What was your
12:50 tea time. First beer was cracked at probably 12:54.
Okay.
So after first drives, pretty much.
How was the temperature?
The temperature was a little bit overcast.
So not sweating. You
No,
weren't
and
sweating.
probably 65.
Okay.
What did
So-
you eat during the day
Yes.
beforehand? Like how much?
Let's see, what did I have for? Oh God, the day before I had Mexican food.
What did you have that morning?
What did I have?
What was in your system?
I believe Sunday morning is when I had pancakes and eggs.
So that's a good base.
Pancakes on the
Solid
Blackstone.
breakfast.
So I think,
And I wasn't drunk by any means.
right? No,
I was just like lightly buzzed.
I'm just these are factors we need to take into your
Yeah,
sweet spot.
absolutely.
So you had a good base, which means if you didn't have that good base and you had gone and just granola barred it for breakfast,
Yeah,
you probably
6
wouldn't have
beers
been 6 beers might have been too much.
100%.
But since it was overcast and you weren't sweating that beer out right away,
Yep.
if it was hot, you might need more than 3 beers on each 9.
I was pissing a lot though.
Okay, well that's good. That means you're hydrated. You're not
Yeah.
losing your liquids through your body. It's coming out your junk.
Correct.
So that's good. That's what you want.
Correct. So yeah, it was about 3-4 hours beforehand. Got a good breakfast in. Don't think I ate anything before that.
Okay, so now you know it. You know the formula. The only thing you need to tweak for is the weather. Every morning you golf, you need pancakes and eggs.
What's the weather today supposed to be like?
Pretty
65
nice.
and overcast.
Hey,
Hey, if anyone ever wants to play for money, 65 and
It's
overcast.
the only time.
I'll fucking be there, baby. You better believe it. But no, when I look back on that, I'm like, holy shit. I kind of had an epiphany. I'm like, that was it.
So I think
That was it right there.
if it's 65 and sunny, you need to have 1 beer on hole 9 that you finish half of it on 9 and the other half on 10. So you're at 3.5 on each 9 to counteract the sunshine being out
Yeah.
and sweating a little. If it's 80 degrees and sunny, not overcast, you need to do a full 4 on each 9.
Yeah. No, I would agree. And then number 9 is when we ordered our second 6-pack, and they were out in the bev cart. So they actually had to run back. There was about a 15-minute delay in there.
So that's when that's when it's okay to break out a beer that you snuck onto the course to make
Yeah.
sure you maintain the sweet
Yeah.
spot.
When did the pars start happening? Because you said
The par started happening on
12?
number 12 after
is that after they had to go
after the
back
third
to,
beer.
Is that after they had to go back to the clubhouse?
Let's see.
Because I wonder if that break
Yes.
helped reset
Yes.
something.
They came back to us halfway through number 12.
Okay.
So do you think he had those first 3 too fast and kind of fell apart and then the break evened you out?
I'm thinking there might have been something there. I'm thinking that break helped him from going into full on silly drinking mode.
I'm gonna check something real quick here.
So what if Ryan needs to pound 3 beers before the round
For the base.
and then just sip the rest of the time to keep that.
This is actually good because you think 1 beer per hole for the first 9.
1 beer per hole is 9.
Or sorry, 1 beer per 3 holes for the first 9. Bogey, bogey, par. Bogey, bogey, bogey. So beer number 2 is not. It was
not going down
Not
easy.
friendly to me. Par, bogey, par.
Okay.
So beer 3 was decent, and then like end of beer 3 to beer 4, double, triple par,
Okay.
and then par, 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 par.
Okay.
So there was a rough spot there.
There was, and we got to figure out why that rough spot happened.
That was after.
Were you getting too drunk, or were you not drunk enough yet?
I think I was more so waiting on them to bring the beers back from
Your
the
focus
clubhouse.
was somewhere else.
My focus was somewhere else. Correct.
The only thing you could think about was getting that next one to your lips.
Yeah. So I think to combat that, I probably could have shot sub 80, which is my goal this summer. I probably could have shot under 80 had I had an emergency beer in my bag.
Yep. I think you could have.
There's a movie on that, having like that emergency something that the guy is like in a pinch and he pulls it out and uses it. It's kind of like Nos in Fast and Furious.
Buddy the Elf carries a emergency bottle of syrup for
Right
his
there.
spaghetti.
Boom. He never knows when he's going to run into a plate of spaghetti.
Yep.
Or like I said, Fast and Furious, have the NOS button.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit, I'm in a pinch. I'm going to lose this race.
Grandpa Dave is dropping off the perfect tool for us tonight. We won't be able to bring it to our rounds today, but we will bring it to our rounds tomorrow. We are shooting today and we are shooting tomorrow again.
Yep.
Grandpa Dave is bringing us our savior. Exactly what you just talked about. The perfect emergency drinking tool.
Really?
We'll discuss it once it is out and into the world and we actually have it in our possession because he's old and he's forgetful. So hopefully it gets delivered tonight.
Okay. I actually don't even know what it is. So
You'll
this will
like
be
it.
a little surprise for all of us.
I'm stealing it, by the way, Grandpa. This podcast won't come out until it's already delivered. So thank you for giving it to me.
Grandpa Dave was also talking shit on Facebook to us the other day. Because you talked about your goal this summer is to take Grandpa Dave down in a round of golf.
Yeah, and the
Myrtle Beach.
Caddy Girls tournament's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah, in Myrtle Beach, you're like, I'm going to get him totally shit-faced. And then he goes and shares the podcast on Facebook and says, I got shit-faced at your bachelor party and beat both of you.
And still whooped your
And
asses.
still whooped both of you guys. Which,
The fact is, Grandpa, we scrambled.
yeah, it was a 4-man scramble. We didn't even...
Were you on his team?
No.
Oh.
No, I wasn't. He was behind me, I think.
I was too. That was when he flipped me off.
Yeah. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
And he's like, hey, fuck off.
I also just love the old man Facebook tactic of talking trash by resharing the podcast. So thank you for the share, by the way, and then just writing it in like the caption.
Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't tag us.
Yeah,
we
didn't tag
We
you
had to like
guys.
go to his page to see it.
Yeah. Just to wrap up last week, I know the first segment of the podcast, we were at the Frazee Golf Course and got a couple 9-hole course tour videos filmed. And then we finished the podcast up with another, the classic Scramble.
Mm-hmm.
And it was us 3 in this room right here against your dad, his buddy, and Mitch. And I will say, Tyler, came down to the last hole, didn't it?
Again. Yep.
Again, as it always does.
Yep.
We ended up taking the L.
We tied. So we were playing stroke play, or we were playing match play, and we tied on the match play. But they beat us by 1 in stroke, which was the tiebreaker.
But essentially, we're still undefeated in Scramble golf
Because
tournaments.
it's a tie.
It
And,
was a tie.
and whenever the cameras are rolling, undefeated still.
Yeah.
And you and I were not scrambling. We were scrambling together with Matt, but
Yeah.
as a 2-man scramble,
Yeah, as a
we're still
duo.
undefeated.
Sick.
So I don't know.
Matt, you did have some really good shots in that scramble.
I know.
You picked me up. I didn't play as good in that scramble as I did the first one.
We had also played a lot of golf.
It
And
was
we
a-
had
it was a long
filmed a
2
lot of
days.
videos, and we did the podcast and all that kind of stuff. So overall, really good week. We got the content starting to bank up. We're gonna start getting some videos edited. I mean, fuck, boys, we have drone footage in some of these videos, which is
That is
next level.
That is the most production you will ever get out of the breakfast ball team
Yes.
ever.
Yeah, we might even throw some sound effects in there. Something.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm going to go to a PGA tournament and film a video on my phone leaning up against an energy
Yeah.
drink. So you take this drone footage and enjoy every second because you're not always going to get it.
And it's one of the first times that people have actually been able to see us golf.
Yep.
And I will tell you, you may be disappointed right away, but you will not be disappointed after the fact.
Yeah.
I think we mentioned it in the first segment, but I think we got a good balance of like us being shitty and funny and us actually like
Yeah.
getting good shots out of our asses.
The best part of it is it was no acting. It was very unintentional. We all hit good
100%.
shots and we all hit some pretty fucking bad ones.
Well, I think right away too, we've never really had a camera follow us for a full round of golf.
Yep.
And we did that right away. I think it was a little bit to adjust to at first, just having a camera right behind you, thinking like, all right, hey, you ready? Are you ready? Are you filming? You're good to go. Okay, I'm going to hit now. So it's always kind of in the back of your mind, but I think we got that ironed out.
Yeah, we got some learning curves. We gotta get out of the way so the shot tracker can follow us a little bit better.
Yeah. Shot trackers.
Oh yeah, we have shot trackers too. So
There's going to be a lot of like,
we've
dude,
evolved.
How the hell did you hit that ball where it went?
It's gonna be, how the hell did the shot tracker trace it when it went basically backwards?
Yeah. So we had a good time with it. We're going to continue on with that today. But we had to come in here. We had to wrap the podcast up, and I had to let you know that I officially found my sweet spot.
Good. Now we just got to figure out. We got to adjust for weather and food.
Yep.
Those are the only. You've got the volume part figured out.
Yep.
Weather and food are the two things to pay attention to from here on out.
Yep.
Also, make sure don't drink too much. We don't want your tolerance to go up or down.
Correct.
Keep your
because then it's gonna sway in one direction or the other.
Yeah. There's got to be like those wristbands that like measure your hydration and shit and like tell you how healthy you are.
Like a Whoop.
Yes, like
Sure.
a Whoop. Yes, we talked about this last time we brought the sweet spot. But if somebody's in development of that wristband that can tell you your sweet spot, let us know.
That would be a product that we would push 1,000%.
I'm willing to have a small pinprick in said bracelet to measure my blood alcohol content.
Yeah, I'm willing to be an angel investor. I mean, again, I was on Shark Tank at one point, so I know a little
I
bit
move
about
boxes.
I know. Really?
Well, you guys got
It
the.
wasn't just boxes.
I think
There were other stuff you moved too.
That's true.
I think you're jealous that I was on national television on Shark Tank
I've honestly only watched like
in
two
two
episodes
different
of Shark Tank.
in two different scenes too. So after the first scene, they weren't like, "Dude, we got to get this guy out of here." They were like, "We got to get this guy back in here for scene number 2," and that was me
No, what happened?
demolishing a forklift into the back of a FedEx truck. Not demolishing the forklift, but like I crushed
Operating it correctly.
that. Yes, absolutely.
We gotta get back on Shark Tank. I think.
So
Can you use your connections to help us like get any of these like golf innovations going? You have connections with Mr. Wonderful, and you just are sitting on them.
Sharks, we're here looking for $500,000 for our entire company. Just develop this for us.
You can have it. 100% equity. They're like,
You need to
okay.
also develop the app. Here's an idea.
yeah. The Swinger app would be a cool Shark Tank product to pitch.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple we've come up with that we could potentially pitch to Mr. Wonderful and the gang.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to do business with Mr. Wonderful. He seems a little rude.
Well, I mean, it's reality TV. It's
I suppose.
more of a front.
All right. So the episode
good
you
guy.
were on, was it actually on Shark Tank? Because it was like a follow-up episode.
It was, yeah.
Okay. I
It
didn't
was
know if
in-
they had like a sister show that was following up all the deals that have
Nope.
been made.
It was in the middle of a Shark Tank episode.
Oh, okay. So it was their turn. It was at the turn of the episode. Okay.
It's pretty cool. No, the company I work for though, season 7, episode 17. I can't remember the episode the update was on, but if you're interested, I'll send it to you for sure.
Yeah. We'll throw it on. Yeah, he will.
We'll
He
throw
will
it on,
show it to
yeah.
you. In Arizona, we probably spent about an hour looking for it on YouTube.
We found it though.
We did find it.
Yeah, we 100% found it.
It just took a good amount of time.
We had to dig.
The SEO isn't great for Shark Tank. They'll figure it out.
No,
though.
not. Yeah. I tried searching my name. I tried searching the
Why
company.
would your name show up on that? You had
Post
no
credits.
speaking lines.
Post credits though,
I don't know if
like
you
as
were,
an extra.
I don't even know if you were listed in the credits.
I wasn't 100%, but I had to check anyway. So, all right, we're gonna wrap this podcast up, guys. Before we go to OUBetcha.com, we got all the breakfast ball merch. Also, had a great meeting yesterday. We got some absolute fire merch designs coming for you. It's gonna be great. But in the meantime, go check out the website OUBetcha.com for Bevcar regular towels, the hats. The polos, all that good stuff, everything to get you ready for your next round of polos. And we'll be back next week for episode 87. In the meantime, thanks again for listening, guys. We'll see you next week.
Hell, that's a breakfast ball.